Good evening, folks. That was longer than expected. It felt so small. That's what she said. While I was editing it. How are we all diddling on this fine, luxurious evening? And it is a fine evening because it's approaching the hallow of the ween. That's when my children become little shite bags and just cause utter havoc all over the house. And we buy random shite that we're not going to use. But without further ado, let's bring the guests on of tonight's show. I say the guests; they're not the guests. It's kind of like a. I'm not going to call it a panel because it's not it's a nipple. My nipples for tonight's show: nipple 1 and nipple 2.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing, my loyal nipples?
Still hanging in here.
Just being abreast.
Oh, I knew there was a joke there somewhere. Oh, well done.
I'm milking the situation.
Don't be a tit.
It's a tad bit nipply in here. Hey, you started it, alien.
Hey, the nipples just popped out, mate. That's
what you get when you bring us out.
The theme of tonight's show. I didn't know where I was. I kind of thought there's only 1 year that I can do this, or I'm gonna have to wait another 10 years. You know, it needs to have the one at the end, and the fact that it's 2021, I just thought I need to put the Space Odyssey in that. But there's a lot of space stuff happening right now. But before we get into that, guys, DarkHour Paranormal should be joining us, by the way, as well, because he did say yes. I'm going to do an unboxing live.
Aren't you worried about copyright claims with that intro?
No, because somebody played that in their bedroom.
That's how it works?
That's real. If somebody copyright strike me, claims me over that, they'll welcome to the 65 pence that it makes. If they're going to be petty.
Have you ever done an unboxing before on your YouTube channel?
No.
It's like 2001 all over again, isn't it?
It is.
How do I make me big? That's what she said. Do I?
They have a new feature in there.
There we go.
Hey, that's cool.
A little bit bigger. Before we get on with the show, guys, it's either going to be two things. It's either going to be my kids' Christmas presents or my wife's new sex toy. I'm hoping it's going to be my kids' Christmas presents. So,
did you see the new feature on StreamYard?
I saw it on your channel, Rich. I saw you use it for the first time, where you shrunk down to like a little tiny boy in the corner.
No, yeah, they don't shrink the screen. They keep the screen the same size, but they throw you on it now. Nice.
You boys, yeah, it's nice. I like it. They need to do it so you can actually, take the green screen, takes you completely out, takes the background completely out, and just puts you as a little man.
You can do that. You can't do that yet.
Yeah.
They'll have it.
So I'm excited. This is like a Christmas present for my two boys.
I wish I drank more.
One may have come.
Me too.
One may have come, but it could be both of them. I ordered two. I've got two little bastards.
They're called children, aren't they?
I brought a wooden knife to a unboxing.
A wooden knife to a podcast?
Ecologically conscious of you.
I'll tell you why
Greta would be proud.
I brought a wooden knife simply because I've got a few beers here. I may forget and leave the knife on the side. So I'm always thinking,
And you have to shave your teeth later.
Oh. This is not my kid's Christmas present. This is a Google bag.
Nice! How'd you get that?
He sold out.
He did sell out.
It only cost him so.
I really did think after all that. I work for Google, people.
You do?
No, I don't. I actually thought that was a kid's thing.
What's the story to it now?
There will be another unboxing. I can't let it out. I can't let the cat out of the bag. There will be another unboxing. But anybody that was born in the 80s, that grew up in the 80s as a kid, will be highly energetic over it. I can't believe I just opened that. That will get
we don't
people
know why,
talking.
because you're not telling us anything about it.
Well,
so for us,
I can't.
Hi.
I can't. I bought a Google handbag. There you go. Bought a Google rucksack.
I don't
Why?
think I believe you.
I
You did?
no. I work for Google.
I know. And Elon Musk is your uncle.
If I worked for Google, I would be fired.
Yes, you would.
Go on, Lee. Yes,
Just do that.
you bring on the show.
Can
Lee.
I just because we watched it, we all watched it. That's on this stream right now. We saw the Musk car go into, like, with the Earth behind it. Am I the only person that thinks that looks fucking fake every time I see it?
No, Elon says it looks fake as well.
Yeah, well, okay.
But it looks so fake. That's why you know it's real.
It doesn't though, does it?
He said what was it? What was he said?
Yeah, no, he said
you know it's fake. You know it's real because it looks so fake.
Yeah.
I don't get that concept.
Yeah, it's called an excuse. That's why.
I mean, people do say the tires would have exploded. Would they exploded immediately? Or I imagine this car now to be on its way to Mars or wherever it is, and just be completely, buggered. It will not look like a Tesla anymore. That's what if it's.
Well, we'll know if it's bullshit, won't we? We'll know if it's bullshit because in X amount of years, when they want to pull some more fucking bullshit up to feed people, they'll send like a picture of it passing fucking Europa or something like that. There'll be a picture of this perfect Tesla still driven by the guy that shagged Elon Musk's wife in a spacesuit, driving it around.
Oh, you think it's a dead body?
No, I don't think it's a dead body. I just think it's a dummy. But I think it's all still here.
So you think that Elon?
I don't know what I think sometimes, but that just doesn't look right. And the fact that he had those split few frames in the launch where they've said, "Oh, it was because it was inside the capsule," but when there's the picture of it being like held up to go into the capsule, it looked like it was in the same fucking room as it was on Earth, just with like cameras and stuff around it. You've got to think to yourself, that's fucking weird.
What do you think of the car in space, Rich? Do you think it's up there?
Nope.
You surprised me, Rich. Please elaborate.
He surprised me as well.
Because the tires would have imploded. The pressure from zero gravity on those tires, they would have imploded. Or I think once all the gas is neutralized, then the thing probably would explode. I don't know. I'm really amazed that the paint would even stay on that car for even a few weeks.
Well, when it was floating around, would we have been past the extreme cold part? Would we be at the extreme heat part? Because space, like temperature, varies massively, doesn't it? So it would have either turned into some sort of fucking ice cube, because there must still be moisture around it. When it comes out of that capsule.
There must be.
Yeah, must be moisture on it. So either you would have seen like the windshield sort of freeze up, or it's something, like where what would have been oxygen and water vapor freeze, or it would have started bubbling up and melting, surely.
And I guess in Teslas there are no rear view mirrors. So I always used to say, they removed the rear view mirror so you can't see the stars behind. They'd have to match them perfectly in the glare, in the reflection. You don't see any stars. And I know it's bright because of the sun and all that. Come on, man. We're never going to see stars while we're in space. It's so illogical to me.
It is illogical when you think of all the atmosphere that we have to look through stars on Earth. And you've got to have some pretty like thick cloud cover not to see any stars at all here.
Or at least have a camera that's focused for the stars and show us what it's like.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can. Well, that's the thing. Like, you can even if you fuck around with the settings on your phone now, like your phone cameras, it's not good enough for astrophotography, but you can take pictures of fucking starry skies. Yeah, with a phone camera.
Mine, I see all the stars with mine.
Yeah, but when you think about how we're doing it here, when you've got no atmosphere around you, surely there should be something.
But surely if they wanted to fake it, they would fake it better. You know, because like going back to that's what he said.
I don't think it's possible, mate.
You don't think it's possible to fake it better?
No, I don't think it's possible to fake. When you look at the positions of stars and like we have the evidence above our heads. So when you see like things in movies, somebody with a different colored torch instead of what they had on the frame before is picked up instantly by the internet hive mind. There's thousands of examples of incontinuities in films. So if there was the slightest discrepancy between stars in like behind the moving Musk car and stars in space, you wouldn't just have an inconsistency in a movie, you'd have an inconsistency with reality, and that's like paradigm shifting at that point. It's too dangerous.
I think it's too. If they're faking it though as well, have you ever thought if they're faking it, it is too dangerous right now with everything that actual normal man has to? I mean, we've got flat earthers, God bless his soul, because he's snuffed it now, but trying to launch themselves into space.
Mm-hmm. Do you know he wasn't a flat earther?
Was he not?
No, it was media hype. That guy that launched himself into space, he was sponsored by Dave Weiss and another like his group, like Flat Earth Movement. So they knew, because this guy had been trying to launch himself up for ages, in like homemade rockets. So they said to him, "We will fund this or give him some money towards funding it if you put research flat Earth on the side of it." It's like thinking that a racing car with Coca-Cola written on the side is driven by Mr. Coke.
Okay, that's interesting. That's it. So the guy actually wasn't anything to do with flat Earth.
Yeah,
he got sponsored by flat earthers.
Oddly enough, I only found that out maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe not even that.
I think space is very odd at the moment. I mean, I've always been intrigued by space, excited about space, but now I'm finding space an odyssey. Very odd. It's not an odyssey. It's odd. It's odd, I see. Do
you feel it's because in the same way I feel about like Earth history, like ancient sites like the pyramids and things like that, when you were a child, we were sort of told when we were in school, we're doing all this exploring, we're doing all this research, we're going to know so much more. And then what happens is 30 years pass by and we appear to be at the same point of knowledge. Technology is better, but there's no more answers for things.
No, there isn't.
No, there is. We found hundreds of planets. We didn't have we never found planets like we can now. We've seen interstellar object. You're right. Everything you said was right, except for a couple of things in science that have come a lot further. AI created the virus, the whatever you call it, the vax. Pardon? No, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, sorry. No, I know we've found more things, and we're looking for things, but there's no explanations. There's less to see. Maybe it's just because it's such a incomprehensible mystery. All we can find out is more of the mystery instead of some of the solutions. But I don't know. Maybe I expected too much in such a short space of time, like half a human life.
Well, give me an example.
I expected us to be further than we are. You know,
Where?
like as far as manned space goes.
We didn't do anything for 25 years. We just sat around. NASA did.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So we went from being a child to now. I expected us to like be essentially.
Because we were told not to go back to the moon.
Yeah,
So
well,
Mars was that's what
possibly.
we've been doing for the last 30 years, focusing on making a way to stay on Mars and get there safely without losing our space craft. So, and what else?
I don't know. I just expected more.
I know what you're saying.
So do I, but I want to hear it. Sorry.
Well, no, because what I'm going to say, Rich, is that's kind of like the topic of tonight with the 2021 A Space Odyssey, because it feels like now we're cracking the whip a little bit, but it seems a little bit for the conspiracy theorist people and the people that are maybe like myself that are kind of frustrated with what we actually see when they do go up into space, a little bit disappointed, because if you would expect right now the vision that Kubrick had that he put out on 2001 Space Odyssey, that would be reality now. That would be where we were from how look how far back that is when we actually sent the first man to the
50
moon
50 years ago. 53
and
years ago.
look what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Think about it. 50 years is nothing. It's a drop
I agree.
in the hat.
I agree.
But you have to. There's a lot of politics involved in every new administration that comes in. Yeah, I know NASA's government owned and all that stuff, but they allocate that money to other projects, and that's why NASA sat around. It was a shame. It was almost like they were shutting NASA down, like for good.
Why has no other country done it?
Well, I think India did. And
nobody's done what I'm talking about.
No, now they are, yeah. But now they are.
Unless it is all secret space programs.
Yeah. There's been a lot of that.
There has to be. We can't. If space is if everything's exactly like we've been told, yeah, we can't ignore space because it would be such a huge military advantage. To space-based weapons, space-based like aircraft carriers, space stations. Sorry, there would be such an advantage there to be the first country with a permanent residency for their military in space. So we can't think that it's too expensive, because where countries are now testing like super Mach 5 missiles, aren't they? China just did a test of one which circumnavigated the Earth, didn't it? Before it landed 20 miles off target. The US have said that they've been looking into supersonic missiles. The idea behind it being apparently that as soon as you hit Mach 5, you essentially usurp all ground-to-air defense. You're that quick at that point. Reaction time doesn't matter anymore. There's essentially no defending from it. So you can't tell me that all that money has gone into those projects, but they wouldn't be putting money into trying to like leave the Earth to use that as as Trump put it, the next war-fighting domain.
Do you think it's important though that we get, as like Elon says, it is important that we get out there? And,
if you believe the climate alarmists, then it's got to be, hasn't it? The climate goblin Greta thinks probably we need to do it right now.
Well, I mean, I will say this, and I said this on the last show. Make sure you recycle, people, because it's not nice to see litter everywhere. Never mind the climate; it's just nice to recycle. I can't. 50 years from now, when I'm dead, okay, but and my little boy, my oldest will be 55 years of age. Do you think we'll be any further?
I think we'll have put somebody on Mars, be it questionable or not. There will be a TV show with people walking on Mars within our lifetime.
But
As
do
in,
you,
yeah,
but
like,
you
is
don't
it-
think it's not going to be a holiday destination?
I wouldn't have thought so. Seems too far away, doesn't it?
But you would have thought with when you look at the ships that Elon's making now, I'm not going to say NASA because Elon seems very future-proof almost with his designs, everything with the Starship, and wanting to send, just the general public, as long as you've got quite a hefty wad of cash behind you, into space. You don't think that the average Joe, they'll make it cheaper? That's the vision. That you might have seen the first Starship video. It wasn't called Starship then. I can't remember what they called it. But they sent it up, and they was getting from New York to I can't remember. That was it in like
15 minutes.
There you go, Rich. He's done his research. Do you think that vision that's going to be that is going to be the future?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But
Do you think we'll see it?
No. We may. I don't know. I can't say yes or no. Maybe in 25 years. 20 years. So for me, no. For you, yeah.
I think there's more. Don't sell yourself short, Rich. You can make.
I'm
it
already
70.
70. That's funny, Ma.
I'd like to think you were right. I think by that point we'll all be living in one-room apartments and living in VR headsets.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah.
When I went to China, that was already happening. There was people that actually did live in one room.
No way.
Yeah, it was
Not in a
was
virtual
crazy.
reality world, though.
No. You could see them. They literally had one room, and they were at the side of the buildings. It was crazy.
Oh, cool.
I just think with this, with the whole space race, how it happened, and then you get the footage of Neil Armstrong, and I've said many a times, why was there never any good HD footage of Buzz holding the camera as Neil's going down, and just even if it's just him getting out of the capsule going, I'm going down the ladder now, people. The quality's about to turn shit. It just didn't happen.
Because
That's a good point.
well, I'll tell you. Do you know that they actually practiced that before they actually showed it on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was hard for him to lean over with the camera stuck right in the middle of his chest and look out a window. Or look down. Not look out a window. To look down the ladder.
Could the camera be removed from the chest?
No, they were
So
permanently fixed to the suit.
Always
Always.
built in. What
Yep.
about but NASA didn't think to put a portable camera in?
They didn't.
I'm sure they had one because it showed them filming while they was in mid.
When they took
what they call
off.
it? No,
They had cameras inside the spacecraft.
Yes. So
Yeah.
why can they not
But
use
not-
that?
not the
could
suit
they
ones.
not? Yeah, but could they not use that camera while
Outside?
he's? No, I'm not saying maybe they can't use it outside, but
I'll tell
could
you
they
what.
not? Would it
If they
been-
dropped it, it was so much dust would have gotten on it. Would have ruined it.
Yeah, but
So I don't
it's the trip to the moon. Yeah, I don't think NASA's going to say, boys, whatever you do, when you get to the moon, don't pick that camera up because if you fucking drop that, it's expensive shit. you know?
No, I'm saying if they dropped it by accident, it's almost impossible to get that dust off. You basically would be ruining the camera at that point. It would, it'd probably be blurry, dirty, dusty, whatever. But I don't know how they would have known that. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, Rich? It's
Yeah,
the
I do,
most,
totally.
It's the most
Important.
iconic and everybody historic. Yeah, it's just a ridiculous thing that happened. That man landed on the moon. It's crazy. Film it. Give me a little bit more than the live camera that shite.
And also Neil Armstrong, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind isn't really spoken that way. It's one giant leap for man, something like wait, what is it? How does it start out?
That's one
small step for
man.
a man, and one giant leap for mankind, because the last step off the ladder was pretty big, and he didn't realize it. So he said that's, one small step for a man. Joking, I guess. So that was weird. I don't know. I think they filmed them going, they were there, but I also think, like we've spoken about before, that they filmed it in a studio just in case.
The one small step for a man thing, that sounds like a really good Mandela effect now.
I know. Yeah,
I'm sure it is one. I'm sure people
I found another. Well, I didn't find another Mandela effect. It was on a Rogan podcast. It was about Scarface. The line in Scarface, where he says, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the pussy. But the line is, first you get the the money, then you get the power, then you get the woman. And I was convinced my whole life that it was first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the pussy.
I have not seen it in a long time.
Convinced.
Rich, do the impression.
First, you'll get, what is it? First you get the power, then you get what, Lee? Huh? What do you get? Tell me, what do you get?
The pussy.
The second one.
Oh, the money. No, the money, the power, the pussy.
First you get the money. Now I'm doing Jaime. First you get the money, then you get the power, and then you get the yayo. Huh? Hey. I wasn't expecting to do an impression.
Barry H. White in the comments thinks it's pussy as well. But yeah, apparently not. Apparently it's woman.
People, that's why the Mandela effect is still popular today, because it's popular with the younger people, I think, and the older people for sure, because we think all the subliminal messages, we got them right, but they're all wrong. It's bad memory.
I don't understand why it's popular with the younger people, because a lot of that shit they won't remember.
And they like seeing us tripping out.
The only reason
Hey, Todd.
That one stuck with me a little bit more is because I always thought especially when I was younger, I always thought it was a dead cool line. But like, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the pussy is a fucking cool line for anyone to say. But stick woman at the end of it, it's not
in 2021.
Cool.
It's not a cool saying now, Lee.
No. But
you cannot say that this day and age.
But it's not. Then you get the they thems. But the it's not cool. First you get the power, then you get the money, then you get the woman. Is not a cool line.
It's not. So, okay.
Not for the what was it? The 80s that Scarface came out.
Yeah.
I think it came out in 1980, actually.
Yeah,
81.
So I think it was filmed in the 70s. That's what I was going to say. So yeah, 80.
I was 1 year old. If that came out in 1981,
I wasn't born.
You were a walking sperm still.
Working sperm. I might have been in the fucking mothership at that point.
You were.
If it was 81, I might have been in the mothership.
Do you think we'll get a mothership? We'll eventually get a ship big enough that we can fit a load of people on, and we can all go and have a little mosey at the moon. Never mind Mars. Then we'll say the moon. Or are we gonna go? Are we gonna be able to go on a bus and at least go? Can I take off from England and go to Australia in 2 hours?
Yeah. But you can't take like 200 people. Well, maybe you can take 200 people into space off of Earth. But I think they want to build something on the moon so it's easier to take off and go faster off the moon to Mars.
Yeah, because there's no, well, very little.
Yeah, drag and atmosphere and all that.
Yeah, I don't think is there is a little bit of an atmosphere on the moon, I believe.
There
but
is.
It's very tiny, but the actual.
See, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I didn't. I thought that if you're in space, right, and it's a vacuum, that how are rockets propelling anybody anywhere? What are the rockets pushing off?
Pushing
of?
off. Yeah.
See, I never understood that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. I really don't.
Do you know what? Right, I'm not. I don't subscribe to the whole flat Earth thing. But if you take the flat Earth out of what the flat Earthers are asking, there's some dead good questions in it. Do you know what I mean? I think they've got some. There's some really good questions flat Earthers have, but I don't think the answer is the world's flat.
My good friend Stephen Madden, who's a best friend of mine, who is a actual engineer, Frank the Tank, we call him when he gets drunk, is in the chat. He may be able to answer that because he's a very clever guy. Of why, Frank, drop us a message. Why is the propulsion in space and there's no atmosphere? It's a good question. But I think my simple brain can't fathom that. Scientists know that shit, don't they? All very clever people. Of why that happens.
It's a good Jedi mind trick, though, isn't it? If you were in I mean, don't get me wrong. There is very complicated things in the world that are very hard to understand. But I think one of the great tricks is that things are incomprehensible to normal people.
Yes,
if you know what I mean. I think most people, if things are explained to them in a good enough way, can understand them.
You have to have something for it to push off of itself. You can't just push off of it. People are saying because it's called thrust. Yeah, well, it's called thrust because it's pushing off an atmosphere.
Yeah. Sit in the middle of a chair, or sit on a wheeled chair, and try and push yourself off air and not a wall. You've still got thrust in your legs, but you're not going anywhere.
If you've ever played, there's a game called Kerbal Space Program where you can fit different types of engines on, and it's an amazing simulation. So you can hit
balls hard.
Yeah, I've landed on the bloody moon. Got a video of that.
It's more than America did.
But anyway, if you put us like normal jet engines on there, and when you start to get through they stop working.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they stop working at a certain altitude. Because you need those motherfucking rockets. So I mean, I have no idea. I am not a clever man. This is why I run a show about aliens and talk nonsense. But I do understand when the general public has frustrations when it comes to asking questions about science, and I don't have any malice or any sort of hate towards flat earthers, or I don't even think they're stupid, because there's so much bollocks that's in the media that gets fed. I almost think that at one point flat earth was pushed. It was massively pushed to be a thing, to be a trend. So I don't blame anybody for their beliefs, whether they think earth is flat or whether they think earth is geocentric and that we are the center of everything. People can believe whatever they want, as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not an intelligent man. I'm just a very handsome man. That is it, you know? And
People can believe whatever they want, but they'd be wrong.
I
on
like
some
the
things.
they
I
would
like-
be rich. I
Yeah.
agree.
Nothing wrong.
Well, the thing with the whole flat Earth thing, the way it took off, and really got huge. You know, I think one of the interesting things with that is how much it was censored on YouTube. That's a big.
It wasn't start with; it was pushed.
No, it wasn't to start with at all. But now, if you put flat Earth in, all you get is Vice articles with a guy do like 10 ways flat Earth's debunked. Like I've watched loads of flat Earth stuff years ago. Loads
It's a little
of
bit of a fetish of mine.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
but you used to put flat Earth in. You get all debate stuff. You get all Mark Sargent's clues that Matt Powerland and
Where's he
people like
gone
that.
now? Where's he gone now? Where's Mark gone now?
Disappeared.
Did he even
hasn't he?
do anything? You never
Dunno.
hear about him. He's retired with his
No.
his couple of 100,000 or whatever he made off it.
He was
Possibly.
just on FTFE.
Oh, was he?
Last week, yeah. They were doing some sort of award or something for the best flat earthers.
I as a person, I find him quite engaging.
Who, Mark?
He knows how to speak.
Yeah. I enjoyed listening because he released the Flat Earth Clues as an audiobook. I enjoyed listening to that as an audiobook. I've listened to him on podcasts and stuff like that, and he seems like a good guy.
A lot of the flat earthers sound like UFO proof when they talk. Every other word is, well, the effing moon and the effing sun, how can they be in the effing alignment? Fudge! Every other word is F this. And that's no dig on UFO proof.
No.
It's just he swears a lot.
I honestly think when it comes to the flat Earth theory, it's an old concept, and you get so many people just saying yes because NASA lies, but maybe they are covering something up, but maybe it's not. It's not because the Earth is actually flat. I mean, I've given this, like, I'm sure I have sat on the beach, looked out, and seen a little bit of curvature. I'm sure that maybe that's impossible.
It
I'm
is
sure
impossible.
It looks
It's
like
in-
it.
It's impossible for a passenger plane, let alone stand on a beach.
Right.
Thank you, 5-stroke wonder of Scotland, my friend, beautiful man. There's a 2-pounder there, Rich.
Yeah.
I don't have the cash. What is it you do the where'd you get them little videos from? No, I'm not going to copy that. I'm not going to copy that off you.
Okay.
I'll get my.
well,
I'll
I
get
got
my.
him from Storybox.
You know what I'm going to do? You know
Nope.
what I'm going to do? I see what I'm going to do.
I know exactly what you're going to do. Yeah,
There
that was
you go.
exactly what I thought you were going to
That's
do.
extremely cool right there. Doesn't get much better than that.
Rich, where you gone?
Hello?
Rich?
Oh, I'm back.
Thank you, 5 strokes. I appreciate that, my friend.
Maybe you could
Five-stroke
make
one.
yourself a little GIF when people super chat you, of like a little GIF in the corner of a like a strip teasing alien, and
Take off a piece to reveal the coding with each donation.
I would
I'm
do a
not that
little
crude.
animation.
yeah.
But you can't. I don't think you can on this
No,
platform.
even if it's just a picture, have a little stripping alien, and then little Homer UFO guru making it rain.
You know what, Lee? I'm going to do it. There you go. Stripping alien coming up, people. The whole thing that's happening this year, though, when we're seeing more commercial space travel, I know it's the people with the big bucks doing it, but you're seeing that Branston Richard, the guy who made Branston Pickle, going into space with his beautiful designed spacecraft. But it's not a spacecraft, is it? It's low Earth orbit. And Jeff going up in his penis-looking spaceship. He's just gone up with William Shatner and Shatner was very emotional. If you watched the video of that, and it was great. You saw them. You saw the interview of them coming out, and I said this on the last show, and I loved it if there'd have been a GoPro filming Shatner shitting himself all the way up to lower Earth orbit, but we didn't see that.
They didn't go to low Earth orbit, did they?
Well, not even look. Okay, what's it called? It's just the
Stratosphere.
That's it. That's the
it's
one.
technically not space, is it?
No. But they're more of an astronaut than I am.
I don't know. I think you're well out there.
An astronaut goes to other planets,
Well,
not moons.
Then that means we've never had an astronaut.
We've never had an astronaut, really. I know that sounds bad.
It does, because Buzz will punch you.
But well, he can punch now. He's 90-something. But when
His hand will fall off.
he hit Mark Sargent. That was funny.
Was it Mark
Was it?
Sargent?
No,
Yeah,
it wasn't.
yeah.
It wasn't Mark
No, it
Sargent.
was the guy with the Bible in his hand. That was Mark
Yeah.
Sargent.
No, it wasn't Mark Sargent.
It wasn't. Yeah, you're right. It's that
It was
one.
was Jeff. Jeff. It was
It
Jeff.
sounds
I'm
right.
sure.
I don't
I'm sure,
know, man.
I'm sure his name was Jeff. But it hit him. He also interviewed Neil as well, and he asked Neil to swear on the Bible.
And
all
also,
of them
yeah,
wouldn't.
Edgar Mitchell too, and
Yeah.
I find that really interesting. The fact they wouldn't. They were so adamant they wouldn't swear on the Bible.
stupid, because they may know something we don't know,
Exactly.
and that scares me. Maybe those are demons up there, but not demons like we would think. But they
Maybe
could
it's
be
flat and
nefarious.
they found a firmament.
I'm telling you, anything's possible, man. I just watched a video today where I thought maybe now the space is a hologram. Hello.
Well, that'd
That'd be cool.
would rock with simulation theory, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And we
Yeah.
can't get anywhere with the propulsion system we have now. We can't go anywhere outside of our little tiny solar system in the middle of nowhere on a spiral galaxy. It's amazing how perfectly hidden we are from
Yeah.
everybody else. We're close enough to the sun, they probably can't see the planet unless they know how to use Doppler, which I'm sure they do. And I mean they, the aliens.
But there's also a problem there right now, because I mean, so the whole alien thing has ramped up, the whole UFO thing's ramped up, that they're a threat, this, that, and the other, and we've kind of we've shut up about that for quite a while now. Well, I have.
For what?
We've not really spoke about the threat thing. Us?
No, that's gone away.
For a while. It's it's kind of like it's laid it's just there, isn't it? It's just lied down for a little bit. I'm sure it'll come back up. I'm sure it's just waiting just to pop. But the problem that we've had when it comes to believing in space, believing in the aliens, believing in these creatures coming from a different planet, is that us as the general public have never actually, and I know there's so many people, and we had a little, it wasn't an argument, but a little bit of a debate, Rich, with Area 503 last week, where we were saying, yes, but you never see anything that's satisfactory of them being in space. I don't think any of it, for me, and it used to be, I used to love it, and I used to be addicted to it, but now I'm just like, I've seen that before. I'm seeing that all the time.
Joe, it's like watching History Channel UFO programs. You used to like years ago, you used to watch these things like religiously. If there was something to do with UFOs, you would watch it on History Channel or whatever other Sky channels you were watching things on. But now, if let's say you get fucking Skinwalker, for instance, comes up, you fucking know what's going on in that program before you've even watched it, and there's no conclusion to it. So it almost becomes a point where it's almost madness to watch it, because why would you spend time watching something that portrays itself as a documentary and doesn't give you anything in the end?
Well, this is the thing with NASA, because as much as NASA, if you're watching this, I love you. Don't take me down. But all you ever show is a woman with long hair with a wavy necklace that's going round, and you talking to children from space.
Mhm.
Either that, or you're fixing something outside. That is all we see of the International Space Station. That is all we see.
The stuff inside the International Space Station is very strange. Like some of the what looks like green screens failing behind them, where you've got, it seems like there's been a layer, like the people are layers, and there's something behind, and then the back fails. I actually showed that one. Have you seen that one, Rich?
What was it again?
There's say like 4 of them in the space station, and they're signing off and saying goodbye, and then the background starts to like warp behind them, like a texture problem in After Effects.
Yeah,
and I showed that to my friend who essentially works with Photoshop and After Effects all day, every day, and he's not a conspiracy guy at all, and he was sort of looking at that guy. He said, I don't know what to say. So I don't know what to say to it, because he said if you give me that, I'd have just said someone's done a really poor job there, and something's gone wrong on them, and they haven't had time to fix it, and they've just shoved it out. He said, but I can't think that, because for me to think that, then I'd have to think that it was something faked on the space station.
Steve, that's not the answer I was looking for, but he's kind of like said that that's where the explanation is of the propulsions. That's my friend who is in the RAF, and he does fix aircrafts. He's put my little boy inside the Eurofighter,
Wow.
and he shit himself. I think he was 2 years old, but since I've been in those hangars with Steve.
Well,
those planes are incredible.
Cool.
Newton wasn't alive when we had rockets, so how would Newton know? So we just have to read the law on that.
Yeah, I think that's just how it would work. Yeah, I think he's just saying that.
We'll find out. I'll take a look. Thanks.
What the problem is, though, that we're saying here, and I think we've discussed this on so many shows now. We sound like a broken record, but the lack of trust for any big corporation that's showing anything when it comes to not just space. I'm not going to speak about things that are going on in the world or anything like that, but we just see there's always a big media hype about things that are going on. When it comes to all these rockets that are going up recently, the commercial flight, and I just want a little bit more. And I would expect between now and 19, was it in 69 when was it the first man?
It's 53 years, 53 almost.
Yeah, I would expect a little bit more now. And I know that NASA is saying that they lost the technology to go back to the moon, and it's all about funding, this, that, and the other. But there's no disrespect, Rich, but there's more than just you guys. There's more than just the States. There's so many different countries, and Russia was in a massive race with you. What happened to that race? So you guys stopped, but then they just stopped afterwards. They don't do. You don't see anything unless there is a secret space mission, and it is top secret. And the reason why a flat earther has been developed is because the lack of trust in what we're seeing in space. But everything that we have seen in the past is real. Everything that has been filmed in the past is real. But now they're not showing shit because there is a secret space program and there is something going on up there. Maybe we have multiple bases up there. Maybe we have multiple stations up there. Maybe the actual International Space Station is just the tip of the iceberg, and we're just seeing a tiny room, and that thing's fucking massive.
We had this on the last podcast I was on with you guys. Like I think we closed out, didn't we, with looking at that rocket that stops the highest rocket by
It hits the firmament, yeah.
And I know someone said in the chat it's to do with whatever the mechanism is to slow those down, like a reverse spin. I'm not having that, I'm afraid, because you don't go from that to nothing without ripping everything apart.
Right.
It's just not the way it's not the way physics fucking works. But it's saying that you don't go from that to a standstill of hitting something without smashing it up. So there's something like really unexplainable about that. And what makes me think it's even more unexplainable is the fact that that's happened and there isn't more videos of other people doing it.
Right.
You know, this is the thing we talk when we start talking about the conversation about space, and it's a problem because when you think about it, especially over the last 12 months, 18 months. So let's take NASA, faith shattered in it, police forces, faith shattered, politics and politicians, faith shattered, medicine, faith shattered to a certain extent, not completely. It's what establishment, like tech giants and tech companies, like our faith is shattered in them. What established like pillars of do we still have? Do you know what I mean? That we can 100% trust news. Who the fuck trusts news? Jesus Christ! Like, I mean,
Thank you, Jennifer, by the way. But yeah, she's completely. It's completely. You may think it is a distraction, the space program, but they're not doing a good job of distracting us.
No. I know it's just strange. It's just where do you? Maybe it's a shift. Maybe we're in a shift in like media. So if you've got a establishment that is embedded in old media, and we've got this media change. I mean, realistically, these people in the chat right now probably trust us talking about this more than they trust like people being paid millions of dollars on television. You know, and it's because when you have small independent things, hopefully people come at it from a point of like genuine sentiment to want to make things better, or to want to at least put a view across that's authentic. I think, like, I mean, for me, as far as mainstream stuff goes, I trust what I watch on fucking Joe Rogan more than I would trust anything the BBC put out. You know, and when you're getting your news from a cage fighting comedian, that's not ideal for a civilization.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm not going to get into what you said on it's cheaper than it's cheaper than Therapy League, your new podcast.
This is cheaper than therapy.
Go check it out, people. It is in the description below.
Must See Audio. Yeah, you can find it.
Yeah, I listened tonight on the way home, and fantastic podcast. But I'm not going to get into what you said because it might get me deleted off YouTube.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, it's surprising that Joe is allowed to get away with saying what he's saying. I'm not saying what he does is a bad thing, because the guy speaks his mind, and it's right what you said. For a while, Joe kind of calmed it down a little bit. Yeah, and he was, he wasn't, speaking with the Alex Joneses of this world, and the Eddie, what's his name?
Eddie Bravo,
the flat guy.
Eddie Bravo.
But he now he just is he's unchained. He just doesn't give a shit. It's almost like, you know what?
Too big to fail.
That's it's like Russell Brand. At the moment, he's and I think like him or love him, and
I love it. I love his YouTube channel. Love it. I watch it every morning.
He speaks his mind, and it's all you. I think you said it, Lee. It's almost like the guy's making up for some shit that he's done in the past, and he's getting a few. I don't know how he's getting the millions and millions of views that he's getting, because I would have thought YouTube would have deplatformed him for the stuff that he's saying.
I think there's that balance, isn't there? They can't deplatform somebody that's got essentially a good message, because first they're making
deplatform anybody.
No, but first, but the problem is when you can deplatform people like Alex Jones, or people like say Steven Crowder, who's sort of on the verge, isn't he? Because they polarize people. But when you've got someone like Russell Brand, he doesn't really polarize people. You might not like him, that's fine, but nobody hates him. It's that he doesn't have that right left like war going on with him. So if you get rid of him, people just go, "Oh, well, that's fucking weird," because he hasn't actually done anything wrong. And I think there's some people are just too big to get rid of.
Like Stephen Gray is too big to get rid of.
Yeah,
he's a big guy.
He is all up in Rich, isn't he? All up in him.
He's loving a bit of Rich there. He's right behind you, Rich.
I didn't think it'd pop up yet.
Those big hands just.
It looks like he's holding you like a lover. You must feel so safe.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it shouldn't have showed up. It usually gives me a chance to adjust it, and it didn't.
Stephen, if you're watching this, you shouldn't have been in the UFO field. You should have been a wrestler, my friend.
A wrestler, yeah.
Yeah, the Greer.
The Greer. The Greer.
The problem that, and I say this a lot, but the problem that we have today, though, is, I like that, Rich. It's almost like you're all on green screens, but like how it should work, where you're just free to float around my page. The problem that we have is that we don't know what we can and can't say, and that's in anything. Like when it comes to Twitter, I've seen some things recently on Twitter with all sorts of arguments going on in the field of ufology, and I don't get involved in it. It pops up, and I sometimes get tagged in stuff, and I'll be honest with you, I just go, "What's that?" And I'm at work at the time, so I don't get time to respond. But sometimes I laugh at it. Sometimes I go, "What the hell's going on here?" People are actually getting a little bit bitter with each other. I saw something with Nocturnal News about the ladies of ufology spoiling things or something like that, and I'm like, what's going on there? What's happened? I love the ladies of ufology, and I especially love it when they've got their nice dresses on, as he put it.
Well, he got in a lot of trouble for joking around. I saw all that stuff. He was just joking, and they couldn't take a joke. They thought he was being, a feminist or whatever the hell it is. I don't know.
Okay.
Not a feminist, but
misogynist.
Yes, thank you.
Because you've not always got on with him, Rich.
Pardon me?
You've not always got on with Nocturnal News.
No, not always. Lately, things are fine. But,
so you think it was all taken out of context? I don't know. I just saw it on Twitter.
He was just making a comment that if women, wanted to be popular in this field, all they would have to do basically is show a little TNA or T.
That's not a lie. That's not a lie. That's all you need to do is look on Twitch.
It's 88% male, this whole genre. So of course we're going to be like hound dogs when we see a girl's cleavage hanging out.
I'm glad though that there is females in this.
Absolutely.
With a voice. Forget the boobies, but with an actual voice.
I didn't mean that. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's very testosterone driven ufology. I've always felt it's like it's a big fucking, it's fucking ufology.
I think most of these things are. I don't know why, but if you look at even YouTube, I'd imagine YouTube. Obviously, there's a lot of female YouTubers, but I bet the ratio is mostly male.
Really? I thought it was
so.
mostly I don't know what to call them.
But this is the thing, isn't
Strange.
it? Like, no, but certain people drift to certain things. Like there's more female ASMR artists than there are male ones. It's there's regardless of what people don't like to try to admit it anymore. But if you put two children, if you put a boy and a girl in a room, and you put Barbie dolls and Tonka Troys or like trucks on the other side, the two small children, which have no idea of the fucking patriarchy, will pretty much gender themselves. And in the same way as there's this thing as well. I can't remember what the study is. If you put an adult like in a class, children will hang out together, and essentially just be kids. But if you take the adult out of the room and just leave the children on the room on their own, in general, they will separate themselves into genders, and it's
Right.
but we like different things, So if the fact that there's more people doing ufology means it's just one of those things that is a mainly male orientated interest, and I think that goes for conspiracy theory.
Look at that. The hashtag panel on YouTube, number one panel on YouTube. I do think I think us as a threesome make a great freaking team.
Threesome, we'd make a great threesome, let alone a panel.
Yeah, there'd be too much sagginess there from all of us, I think. Thank you, Lee. Welcome to the show. I appreciate that, my friend. And he super chatted me before the show even started, about 3 hours before. I only saw it like out of chance, but thank you, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't get, and I'm going to get back onto the space thing, people, but I don't really get the whole gender thing, because if a man wants to be a man, let him be a man. If a woman wants to be a woman, let her be a woman. We are completely opposites, okay? And this whole sexist thing that people are saying, I think just needs to stop, and people just need to grow up.
I think people need a thicker skin.
Yeah, thicker skin. Yeah, and if something's history and people made jokes about stuff on a film or a program, don't get rid of it because it's offensive now, because that's bullshit, and you're just being fucking an absolute snowflake, and it's absolute bollocks. For all the swearing, I apologize, but I get really irritated when stuff gets deleted because now it's not acceptable. But Dorothy Hawkins, thank you for the super chat, my love.
What a name! Sounds like an actress's name.
She's related to Stephen
Hawkins.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I thought
the Stephen.
Yeah, no, the
It's
Stephen.
his sister.
The Hawkins is Taylor Hawkins, the drummer from Foo Fighters.
His sister.
But I forgot Stephen Hawkins.
Stephen Hawking's sister.
I
mean, there's somebody to speak about, Stephen Hawkins, right there, because he warned about us sending out signals into space. It's a bad idea.
He's absolutely right. Surely.
Put an advert. We're here. We're here. We're here, aliens.
It's like
come and do what you want with us.
It's like going into a forest where you know it's full of bears with loads of stakes and covering yourself in blood. That's what it is.
Rich, do you think that was a bad idea? To advertise when we sent Voyager out with a big? You think that's a great idea to advertise exactly where we are?
Nobody's gonna find it anyway. So yeah, it was a great idea. It made them feel better here on Earth. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Look, that thing is a little. It's smaller than a Lee's all blurry. That thing is so tiny. How could anybody find that thing? And what are they going to do? Find the signal? Yeah, that's what they're hoping. Somebody picks up on the weakest signal ever. Well, that would mean they would have to have the same technology as us. And most likely that's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to create radios, maybe. Who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they already did and they don't use it anymore. Just like we don't use certain technologies anymore. Yeah, And you got to throw something out there. It's a big ocean. Might as well try. So what? The aliens going to come here and they're going to kill us all? They do it anyway.
What's this about the new WoW signal?
I was just about to talk about that.
Because I know
Lucy.
I
Lucy.
saw an article in I can't remember. It was either the Times or probably something else, but at the time the Times was on my feed, saying somebody's trying to get in contact. So there's something out there, and it's trying to get our attention really badly.
Yeah, so I don't know much about this. Rich might know more on this, maybe not because he's turned his mic off. But it's just weird, the name of it as well. You know, it reminds me of Lucifer.
Sorry, what's the name? Lucy.
Rich, have you heard about the new WoW signal, the Lucy?
I saw that when they discovered it, and I never went back to it, so I don't know anything but that.
Yeah, it's been brought up a few times. I have heard it on different news channels that there is a repetitive signal coming from this certain constellation.
Is the repetitive signal not coming from the Versando?
Yeah, but when we first found out about the fast bursts or whatever they're called, that was the first time we've ever heard those. So this is just something like that. I just think it's just something we haven't figured out yet. That's all natural.
Isn't there something someone thinks that the fast radio bursts could come from black holes as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or quasars, or it can come from a lot of places. They don't know.
When was the first one we the WoW signal that we got?
I think it was 1990.
Oh, was it 70s? I thought it was the 90s. God.
I may be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're probably right. It's probably just I learnt about it in the 90s, probably.
Well, we can just pull it up.
Oh, 1982, Alien Girl said.
1982. Oh, Alien Girl, by the way, go guys in the chat, go subscribe to Alien Girl. She's just reached 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations, my love.
Oh, well done.
I was right, 1977.
But that turned out to be nothingness, didn't it?
1982.
It was a strong narrow band radio signal, and they still don't know what it is. To this day.
I thought it was debunked to be. No, they still don't know what it is. Okay.
They don't know.
Right. What do I know? The whole thing with radio signals, though, and it's like you just said that, Rich. Though when we're sending Voyager out, it's like you're expecting an alien race to use that sort of same technology that we use to find it. But my thoughts are if we're sending an actual if we're sending Voyager out with that technology on board, that is transmitting, that it has a little bit of a star map of where we are, it shows what the human race is. If it's got some sort of a signal on it, if you were as a highly advanced race, say us in 1,000 years, being able to track multiple different types of frequencies, maybe we learn about different frequencies that don't even exist now. Surely if these creatures are, 1,000 years more advanced than us, they would have found that.
Yeah.
But so that what I was saying is, what if they're dangerous?
Yeah.
What if it's a civilization highly intelligent, highly intelligent, but has say the Earth is just a miracle planet. There's not many of them. I know they're saying that there's they're finding planets in the Goldilocks zone all over now in our Milky Way. But what if this planet is something special and it has this just essence that is life itself, and there isn't many of them like this, but maybe there are older ones that certain civilizations have been on, and they've messed it up like we're messing it up, but they have developed technology to travel out into space, and they have developed, interstellar travel. They found that Voyager, they found where we were, but they have nothing. They have no planet. If that was us as a species, how we are now, do you think we dominate another planet that where we could thrive?
No.
If it no,
I don't think we would.
So you think right now, as a human race, if we saw a planet with a civilization on it that says medieval, let's just say medieval, our planet's messed up. Say it's we've nuked one another. It's full of radiation. Would we not just say, you know what, we're living here? We're not gonna ask permission. We're gonna live there.
Yeah, we're gonna live there. We're gonna go to the planet. We're gonna see that there's 15th century people living there. Whatever, no technology. We're gonna go somewhere where they can't find us and build a big trench or a wall or even underground. And we're gonna live there and do what we want to do until we'll be picking them off when they come by.
We couldn't survive underground.
Yeah, big time. That could be what's happening here on Earth. Whereas all these people going missing every year, most of them are found again, but a good percentage are never found again, not a trace. They just disappeared. They were right behind me. Next thing I know, no rustling of leaves, no scream, nothing. They're gone.
Have you read Missing 411?
Yes.
It's odd.
Is that David Paulides?
Yes. Yeah.
Very strange.
It's an amazing thing. Yeah, he's done such good work. But that scares me. I mean, there could be an alien civilization that said, look, we can survive on this planet they call Earth, but let's not interact with them. Let's find other planets and see if we can just, hopscotch off here and go there when we find another one that's not inhabited by intelligence. That could be what's happening here. Maybe they found another planet elsewhere, but they're just chilling out here. They like it here. That's what I think's happening.
Do you think it's more likely though? Like when you look at the
no.
What?
All right. Do I think it's more likely then?
That I haven't looked into it to be honest, but I think it might be my next conspiracy sort of deep dive is the idea of the Tartarian civilization? This technologically advanced civilization that's been around on the Earth. Then there's been a massive cataclysm that's got it, and things like the destruction of the Second World War and things like that were used to hide evidence of this past advanced civilization, which was much closer than we would think. We're talking thousands of years, not hundreds of thousands of years. Would it not make more sense that these things we're seeing in the sky might actually be the remnants of a
what we already had,
past civilization that's already been here, rather than something that's come from billions of miles away?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, could be, man.
Well, you look at the Nazca lines, and there is a mountain there that is almost like it's cut off. And I know that's been spoke about on Ancient Aliens. I'm not saying it's alien, but it's alien.
I'm not sure I buy all this ancient tree shenanigans.
No, but if you look at the Nazca lines, there is so many symbols, and those symbols can only be seen from space. They are pointless on the ground unless they were just doing it because they saw the night sky and they thought, you know what, those stars are God. I'm going to paint this there. But why is there a mountain that has been cut completely off and it is flat on top?
Sheared off, leveled.
Yeah, completely sheared off, leveled. And I think it was near, is it near Peru?
It is in Peru, yeah. Nazca lines of Peru, yeah.
So that's, I'm right by saying my geography is shite, but that's near the Inca ruins, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Inca ruins, they found those little tiny gold little monuments, like little tiny airplanes, which they got debunked as being flies, but they had wing. They had tails on. They had almost.
rudder.
Yes. Thanks, Rich. That's what I was looking for. In fact, I did a video with my mate from the RAF that is in the chat right now, and that is an older video on my channel where I'm showing them. And I said to him, he's had a few beers, mind. I said, "What are these? What do these look like?" And he went, "Well, they look like airplanes."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Those figurines tell a lot. You know, the wings on that thing, it shows a little swirl because the wind goes over it, and that's what it does. It swirls over.
Yeah.
That's what they're emulating as.
Like
depicted on there.
vortices.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about with those little models. I'd never thought of those little swirls as being that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's really
No,
interesting.
I just thought they were little patterns. But yeah, that is interesting. That the swirls, how the wind, how the lift works.
It's just more
Behind
evidence that it's a physical representation of a flying object.
Yeah.
And then you've got
birds don't have rudders. Sorry.
no. You're right, Rich. But they didn't look them little things. If you remember them, I wish I had a picture of them right now. But they did not look like birds. They looked. Bring them up, Rich. Bring the planes up. Bring the little
It'll
golden
take me
planes.
a second, though. Just give me a minute.
But yeah, I know what you're saying, Lee. A civilization that has been long lost, forgotten, maybe not even forgotten, maybe just covered up.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't allowed for us to see whatever this technology was.
Have you ever seen the pictures of what they call the mud floods? Like pictures of buildings, and so you say you've got like Gothic style buildings. But then when these buildings have been dug out in like the 30s and 40s, there's old photographs of them, and there's like a layer, and underneath this physical building which is being used now is like another 2 floors underneath it, but where the building's been repurposed, and instead of say you've got, as you go in a building, you have the door that you walk in, yeah, and then when these buildings have been dug out underneath, there's been the same building go down for like 2 more floors, but another front door there, as if at some point something's happened which has buried 2 floors of that building.
Wow.
And then that building has been repurposed at essentially the new floor level. It's just like I don't know
It's hard
enough
to
about
comprehend.
this. Yeah, I don't know enough about the mud flood stuff. But I know that when you see some of these pictures, it's really strange.
I might have it, Rich. I think.
Hey, man, I can't not be any closer than where I am. It's showing me everything but the birds.
Rich, you know, you're allowed to say what you like here, mate.
I know, but I don't
You know,
want to.
you know me and Rich. Me and Lee have got potty mouths.
Yeah.
You're
The
a gentleman.
The less potty, the better.
I'm trying to find.
I don't want to. And by the way, you know, YouTube can take you down for everything, for anything, even if a look, like if somebody said, "Oh, that's a big person," and you went like that, meaning something, you can get demonetized for that.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that amazing? They covered every angle.
It's a scary platform. I think you guys especially like need to look at like diversifying where you guys are, because it's one of those things. It's coming. You know, you might not be on the edge today, but you'll be on the edge at some point.
I'm already.
We'll be on the edge of tomorrow. It's a good film, though. Thank you, Jennifer.
Jennifer Siami. I
Yes,
can't
Lee.
find it. This is crazy.
Sonic booms. Is this these booms that are going on in the States a lot right now?
Yeah, probably. They're happening worldwide, but we're getting a lot over here in Florida, and
Have you heard any?
I have.
Have you?
Yeah, and I've actually felt the whole house shake a couple of times. And I was sitting in bed. It was like 4:45, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I heard the windows rattling towards the front, and then it came over to my bedroom, to the back of the house. And then it was just like that. It was crazy. I was on the phone with Third Phase of Moon when it happened.
Wow. Do you get earthquakes in Florida? I don't know.
Very little.
Yeah,
Like there are, but nothing major.
I'm not up on tectonics.
I remember hearing Sonic Boom's. I think I just started the channel because I actually got out of bed and I made a video and uploaded it. The next day, Secure Team 10 had actually reported on it. This before I even spoke to Tyler, but there was a French airliner that had gone off course, and they'd scrambled two jets, and they literally flew over my house to go out to sea to like find out why this French airliner had gone off course. But if you look at the actual the trajectory that is mapped out, these things circle and circle and circle and circle, and they keep going round in circles. It is a bit odd. And I just sometimes I think maybe it is a cover up when they put out stuff the next day in the papers or next day on the news and say it was just an airliner that went off course.
Look at the Malaysian Airlines flight. I mean, there's definitely something gone on there. I think these things happen all the time. But it's only when there's a passenger plane, especially, you've got so many people involved. You've not. So say you've got how many you've got in a passenger plane? We'll say 500 people. Say
in an airplane.
Yeah.
About 300.
Is it? Yeah. So say you've got 300. Then you've got 300 separate families there that will miss these people, and then all their family and friends, and it becomes impossible to just not talk about.
Yeah, I do find it odd when something's so big and it's got the orange box and they've got the tracking devices, it just goes missing. It's craziness. It's very sad as well. Thank you, Lee. Welcome to the show. I appreciate that. I can't get over the name. Welcome to the show. When you say it, Rich, when Lee's on your channel, you say "Welcome to the show." Welcome to the show.
Well, he made it because I did that.
Yeah, I know. I know. I get that. But I'm right. It was just Lee. It was just plain and simple, Lee. Nice, welcome to the show.
I thought he was welcome to the show because he was one of the letter guys that we can't say on YouTube.
Oh no,
because that's one of their things, isn't it?
No, not that. The whole Lou thing though. Where are you with that at the minute, Rich? Because I watched your show the other day, and you were speaking about Elizondo, and it almost sounded like. I'm not saying that you're leaning towards maybe that he's not a government guy, cover-up guy. What's it like a Dodie?
No, he is. I'm saying he is.
You think he is because you were going back and forth with it a little bit.
No, I wasn't. I never did. I don't think I did. I think Lou.
Well, it was like you were playing devil's advocate.
Maybe, but I don't know. What I was saying, I've talked about Lou almost every day last week because he's talking on Twitter. I found I found the figurine. You want to see it?
Yeah.
And then I'll get back to Lou.
There's a figurine of Lou.
I actually have one of those. Can you imagine? All right, I have it up here. So, do you want me to share it? I guess.
Yes, definitely, mate. This is the little airplanes.
This is one of them. This is the one that everybody knows.
Look at that.
And that thing in the back, that shouldn't be there if it's a bird.
No.
You know? And there's one more. I'll pull it up. Whoa. Hold on a second.
I think that the best. Oh,
This-
I know. There we go.
This is another one. This is
Does that got rid of the echo? That's got rid of the echo.
Is it echoing?
No, it isn't now. It was.
Am
Got
I?
rid of it. No. It was. It's because
I did for a second. I've
Anyway,
never seen
that's
that
it.
one.
You never seen that one?
Never seen that one.
That's the uglier one. Yeah.
what aeroplanes? What birds look like that though? What birds have a tail like that?
That's the thing.
This
It's
bird.
yeah. Eve,
No, but no birds have
I know.
he's
an
missing
aero.
a rudder.
It's missing the rudder, man.
Yeah, that's not a real bird. It doesn't have a rudder.
See the wind? That's depicting
Yeah.
wind going over the
Hmm.
flat
Yeah.
surfaces.
No, that makes so much. What you're saying there with the because that's my mate.
It's an
My
airplane.
mate
It's a
Steve was
fucking airplane.
explaining the way a wing works as well, because you know, like a wing, it's like that where you get the air that goes and you get the lift
Yeah.
up through the underneath. That is literally kind of explaining that. That's explaining the lift of a wing just
Right.
on the wing alone.
It's pretty cool stuff, right?
I don't think anybody's ever said that though, Rich, other than you with the swirls. Has anybody actually said that explains
Yeah.
the lift?
That's where I
that's
got
the
it
first. That's the first time I've heard that. I just
Oh.
looked at it and thought it was a nice little pattern on the wing.
Nope. It's showing wind going over it. It's pretty cool. Straight
got a-
from Ancient Aliens, huh?
It's got a very strange end though.
Yeah, what are the 4 things on there? Are those like rocket boosters?
I thought engine when I looked at that.
Yeah,
then.
engine. But you see them, they're on the front too.
Mm.
There's 2 of them. They
Oh,
look like
yeah.
antenna.
Either that or the things that Bob Lazar was describing. You know,
What things?
The- he was describing the inside the UFOs. It had those little
The gravity.
gravitational things, but you wouldn't think it'd need even wings if it had that sort of technology.
On Ancient Aliens, they built one of these to scale. And,
Yes.
it flew.
I saw
Perfect-
that.
and it flew perfectly. Let's just.
It
say
wasn't that one though, was it? It was.
That. It was
one
this
of,
one.
Was it that one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was. It was the other. It was another one.
Nope.
It
this
was.
one.
Oh, was it that one? Okay.
I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. But why? What other ones are there?
There's another one. There's another one. I was thinking of the one that they built. There is one that they built, and I think it's the other one to this that looks as intriguing as this one. So not the other one not that one. There's another one.
I can't find any. I know what you mean, but I thought that was the other one we just looked at.
Isn't it weird that you can't? These were everywhere. If you typed them in, you could find all sorts on the internet now, and it's almost like when you try and search for this stuff, it's
Whoops.
becoming more and more difficult to find anything when it comes to our history. I'm not just talking about ancient alien aircraft, but
Yeah.
it's becoming difficult to find. You would think with Google, or whichever search engine you're using, it would be easier now. Because, there's so many people that have put it out there. But it's
You would
becoming
think.
difficult. It's becoming more difficult. I don't get it. It's almost like when people are trying to find our shows. Well, not you, Rich, because you're still growing. I'm seeing a steady burner at the minute.
On the channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something's-
Well, I took YouTube's advice and just changed some things, so it worked.
I'm gonna have to do what you said to do.
Rich sold out to YouTube, confirmed.
I can only lead you to drink the water. I can't force you to drink it.
Is that the Mountain Dew? Or is it the
No, that's
Crocodile-
the old saying. You can lead
crocodile
a horse-
lemonade?
Crocodile lemonade?
What is it you guys drink? Crocodile lemonade, isn't it? Gatorade. That's crocodile lemonade.
That's awesome. Well, Gator. Yeah, so I can.
That,
We don't-
that was the Manson thing, wasn't it? It wasn't Kool-Aid. It was Gatorade they had, not Kool-Aid, in the Manson murders. Sorry, not Manson. Jim Jones massacre.
They had Kool-Aid, I thought.
No, it's the they had Gatorade.
No way.
And Kool-Aid changed it. They laid the groundwork for people to think it was Kool-Aid because all publicity is good publicity.
And don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
That's where that came from, isn't it?
yeah. But that was essentially a Kool-Aid advertisement, and they used Gatorade.
Oh my God.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh wow. That's not cool, man. That's great, actually.
Rich, can I ask you a question that you may feel a little bit uncomfortable answering this question, and I'm gonna ask Lee the same question.
Why do you think I wouldn't be uncomfortable answering it?
Because I know you wouldn't feel uncomfortable answering it. But coming from somebody who has very much a space UFO channel, have you ever thought that maybe there's just nothing out there?
Yeah.
And that maybe there's something completely different and we're all being lied to?
Of course. I always think it's bull crap, but we wouldn't know if we were in a simulation anyway. You know what I mean? Video games are going to be like reality in 15, 20 years, maybe 10 years.
Less than that.
Maybe 5, yeah, maybe 3. I don't know, but they're so close. Oh, shit, I forgot what I was going to say.
I asked you, do you think that maybe what we're being shown isn't real at all?
Yeah. And we kind of talked on this last week. We only see in a very small percentage of the light spectrum, so I can't imagine what we aren't seeing. It's huge. It's a huge spectrum, and we're only seeing a very small portion of it. So we could be looking at a hologram universe. I mean, we're never going to get there in our lifetimes. We're not going to go 44 light years to wherever or the closest star. It's not going to happen unless we get technology that may be announced here in the next couple of weeks that'll tell us, hey, yeah, we got this technology. We can go to any planet in an instant. It's the only way it's going to happen. I think about it all the time. All the time. Because let me tell you one more thing. I use the law of attraction, right? It's almost like praying with imagination. The universe does give you what you ask for. It's very strange. And I use it all the time for little things. And why I'm not using it to become a millionaire, because that's not what I really seek out to be. Although I'd like to be, but, I don't need all the money in the world. People always say, well, why don't you just become a millionaire if you can make the law of attraction work for you? Well, money doesn't motivate me. So it does. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't. I'd rather have better health and good people around me. So anyway.
I know what you're saying. Money is not a motivation.
But you can. And now that I've seen it for the last 17 years work for me.
I'm sorry, Rich. It's just when you were saying money's not. I had to.
No, that's awesome. Alienaddict at patreon.com.
But no, it's not a motivation to do what you do because you enjoy what you do. But like your channel, I mean, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but that's what you do. That's your job now. GUFON's your job. That's the only way that you as GUFON actually drinks, eats, survives is through GUFON. That's the thing. So people, when they say to you, or they even say to things, they even say to me, what? Oh, you just have to make your money with those the ad revenue, or those after gaining them views. They have no idea. The views do absolutely bugger all. They will give you probably you might, if you're lucky at the end of the month, on mine and Rich's just views, may be able to buy Rich's views, not my views. Mine, I'd probably be able to buy a beer. Rich's views may be able to buy a crate of beer with just the view.
Yeah.
Just the views revenue is nothing, isn't it? It's the Patreons, the super chatters, the people that that buy the merch. Those are the people that keep the GUFON alive. And for anybody that says that, you just in it to make money, you have a passion. That passion, I told you, I said to you, you said I need to go back to work. I said, don't go back to work, Rich. If you go back to work, you'll lose what you're doing right now because you started to grow. And I told you that. I said, do not go back to work. And you were going to go back to work. I said, don't do it. Don't go back to work. If I was a single man, I would not go back to work.
And then COVID happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember? Yeah. Because I had lost my job in January, got a new job on the day they shut down the world. March 13th, I believe it was, or something like that. March 10th, I don't know. Yeah, so I was in orientation that day, and they said, we got to send you home, everybody. Can't work anymore.
So it's your fault, Rich.
It is.
Because of law of attraction, you plagued the entire world just to make your YouTube channel work.
I told him to.
Good job.
I told him to upload every day.
Look, I respect the hustle. Good job.
Hey, I got to do what I got to do, and if that means taking down the world, I don't give a shh. Don't say anything.
But Rich, do you see yourself like Lee says? Have you ever thought of another platform so you can really speak your mind?
I have. Yeah.
But you've tried those platforms out and realized that they're very difficult.
There's just no views on those other platforms, and I don't want to start over either. I don't want to have to go somewhere and take away from GUFON to go to another platform.
I'm interested to see what
thank you, Jackie.
Trump's network thing, because he's apparently making a social media platform called media platform now. I know just the name Trump will
be careful with that, Lee.
Upsets people, but
Lee's not talking about Donald Trump.
No.
Lee's British, and Lee has just Trump.
Yeah, talk about the Trump, the snooker player. I really think the guy, your man Jack that owns Twitter, I think he's a horrible human being.
The worst.
Yeah, but I use Twitter all the time because it really works for my podcast. So
not anymore, I don't.
Well,
not anymore, I don't.
But this is the thing, though, isn't it? It's sometimes the sword you're going to have to use in battle is not made by a person you like. And I think if you've got something that's going to have essentially the same clout as what was that parlor that started, and that was looking like it could have been a rival to Twitter. And as soon as it started to get some traction, because it was using Amazon's thing, they just whipped it out. Whole business gone. Whole business destroyed. But if you've got someone that's there that's putting the foundations in for something that can't be taken away, and essentially if that platform is going to be the alternative to like the YouTube and Twitters of the world, then that'll be the place people end up going, because like you say, everybody that goes on YouTube misses Wild West YouTube.
Yeah.
Everyone misses putting something into the search bar and going, where the fuck am I going to end up here?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I felt a bit when I saw the big changes on YouTube a few years ago, and I saw that a few people were moving to VidMe. Do you remember that? And then that got, I don't know what happened to it. They made out that they were making no money.
Same as LiveLeak. Same thing happened to LiveLeak. They said, "Oh, we're not making any money anymore, so we're going to shut down." No, you motherfuckers got paid.
I actually uploaded to that because it was easy though. It was kind of as easy as YouTube VidMe, and it's gone.
Yeah. Well, I tried with BitChute for stuff, and like if BitChute takes decades to upload anything to, and
Yeah.
halfway through it can just cancel on you. And you
Oh.
go,
Yeah,
oh,
I had that.
fucking amazing.
I've got an account. I've got an account ready.
Yeah, me
but,
too. Yeah, there's a must see audio bit shit. I'm absolutely convinced of it. Well,
What do you mean you might have made it when you were drunk, but you're not sure?
Yeah, just like one of my best friends. All of a sudden, he's happily married with two lovely children, but he ended up on all the dating websites because I was drunk.
Oh my god.
So going back to that car in Space Boys, do you think Elon Musk lied about that?
Yes, and that's what I can't work out because it's what Rich said, like shows ago. When you pointed out that there are certain people in the world that seem to fit the place like a character, they just seem to be the ideal person, and it's not just like Job. He's one, Rogan's one as well. You know, it's if you look at Elon Musk, he looks odd. He looks like he could be a mad inventor type person that's out there.
He's got better looking with age. I have to say that.
He's looking a bit weird now. He had a hot minute there where he was almost fuckable. Not now. Now it's just minutes. But then you get the likes of Rogan, which is like this sort of like libertarian centrist that's like the last stage, like the last bastion of fucking masculinity on mainstream media, and he's so what is he? Oh well, he's a comedian, so that's cool, and he is a fucking cage fighting commentator that used to compete at sort of world championship level in jiu-jitsu. You know, it's so perfect. How do these people end up ticking all the boxes? Alex Jones is another one.
I know,
You need a crazy conspiracy theorist. You don't get much more perfect than Alex Jones. David Icke too. You
They
know,
all fit. They're all cast from The Matrix.
yeah, it's really weird. It's strange.
Look at Georgie.
That's where you got it from, Lee. You got it from Rich because you spoke about it on your show.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
And you said I got it from
from here when I was on the show.
you got it from Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that. I said that.
You did
I
say
made
that,
this.
and it's good.
Me and
It
Third
is.
Phase were talking about it the night before, I think. So I thought it was interesting we were talking about it at that time. It's amazing. Lee, you look like must-see audio guy. You fit exactly the role. Ollie, you look like Alien Addict. It doesn't get... And UFO Proof looks like UFO Proof. Tyler looks like Secure Team. It's weird.
UFO Jesus is try hard.
He fits.
He does fit. He absolutely fits.
I know.
Do you not
it's
think that's just our minds, though?
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah,
we know
maybe.
the names, and it's just like we click it before. It's...
I think that it's your mind when you look at people and you see a name, but when you, like I say, when you go deeper with the Musk thing or the Rogan's the perfect example for me, and he's my go-to to explain most things. But like when you just tick off his interests and hobbies and stuff like that, and then what he's doing right now in the face of essentially like right think, it's odd that you have these people that
If you never watched
just
Alex Jones or Joe Rogan,
you
you
know
turned
what
it
they would
on.
look like. Yes,
Right.
absolutely. And then if you only listen to one, if you only listen to like one show, and then you found out that Rogan was like a cage fighting commentator, you go, oh well, that makes perfect fucking sense. Of course it is. Of course it is.
and then your perspective changes a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
I don't know. I just think maybe where you've got a product, you've seen an iPhone, okay, so you know what an iPhone looks like.
I'll tell you another good one. Sorry to butt in. It's Dark Hour. Dark Hour looks.
Oh yeah, where is he?
Yeah.
He looks
Look,
like Dark Hour.
He
Yeah.
does.
He looks and speaks and comes across exactly how somebody in that position should do. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he's in that position. Is because he looks, acts, and speaks exactly how somebody should do in that position. You don't walk into a bank, go to see the bank manager, and then sit down next to a clown and go, "Oh, that's really weird. You seem like you're in the wrong job, mate." So maybe that's why he's doing what he's doing.
What about David Whitecock? What's his name? David Wilcock.
He doesn't look. No, he doesn't. Well, he does because he looks ridiculous.
Yes.
He would also suit
Why?
something else. Something else he'd suit, like one of those people that get their hard drives checked regularly. He suits one of those too.
Regularly.
But he wouldn't suit a guy that sells hover cars to you.
He does.
Suit her. No, I also wouldn't refer to him as the last bastion of masculinity.
Does he
No.
look like a Who's the Iron Man guy?
He
the
looks
Iron
like
Man,
the sort of person.
Who's the who?
Iron Man guy. Because that's what he's trying to be right now, isn't he? Who's the Iron guy?
He doesn't
What's
look like Tony Stark. No.
Tony Stark.
Tony
That's it.
Yeah. What Mr. Cock looks like is that he's looked down a list of foods. He's looked down a list of foods and found every single food with the highest level of estrogen in it, and he's gone, "They're the foods for me."
Yeah.
And that's all he lives on.
Yep. That's him.
Oh, God. My face aching. But he will make that flying car.
He won't make that flying car. He's absolutely not going to make that flying car. I'm never going to buy. In fact, if he does make that car, I will say right now, I will not buy it, even if I can afford it. Just because I don't deserve it, because I've never had the faith in him.
Would you test drive it?
If he was with me, and then I could
Yeah.
take us both out.
Yes.
Where's your video? Where's your video? Your 8-hour video that was going to hit the internet, that was going to change the world.
Who's the? Do you think? Is it Hammond? Do you think Hammond would give it a test drive?
Richard,
Yeah.
he'd be forced to. Amazon would just keep giving him bags of money until he jumped in it. The TV's tried to kill him loads of times.
I honestly, who would have thought that we would be in a world that we are right now? We've got 2 commercial flights going up where they're sending just the average Joe with a few million in the pocket up into space, and David Wilcock making a flying car.
I know. Do you know what? Right, if you take away the horrible parts, at least the new fall of the Roman Empire is hilarious.
Yeah,
From the first female 4-star general, which is a bugbear for me, to David Wilcock and his flying car. It's all hilarious.
Rich, I know Third Phase had they speak with Wilcock. Well, they used to do now and again, but have they had a bit of a falling out after what they said about his flying car?
No, I don't know. I don't think they spoke to him at all.
No,
No.
didn't. They used to interview him. He used to be on there a few times, didn't he? The Wilcock.
Yeah, it was a while back. 2 years ago, almost. A
But
year and a half ago.
The boys think it's bullshit, though, don't they?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
made
yeah.
that very clear on actual Third Phase of Moon as well, which I was
Yeah,
quite
so
proud
we
of.
can say that, yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
they have much faith in Wilcock's car. Anything Wilcock.
I would love to know what Musk thinks of the Wilcock project.
Yes. Oh God, yes.
The Wilcock
Does he
project,
even know about it? Does he even know? Does he even care?
I must say that the Wilcock project is is going to be and will be my new prog rock band. But the Wilcock project, I would like to know what he thinks about, and To the Stars Academy and UFOs. I'd love to know what Musk thinks about UFOs.
Well, he keeps dropping tweets every now and again have a little hint of UFO-ness in
Yeah,
it. But
that's only because now and again he wakes up, has a cereal, go, what should I do today? Shall I tweet about UFOs? Shall I sell cars, or shall I crash the crypto market? He is the greatest, most powerful troll in the world.
and when you think that's what he did when he put that car into space, it was just to troll us.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's just like right. If
You think his rockets are going into space?
I don't know.
Lee's a secret flat earther. He is.
No,
He
I'm not.
is.
He is. He is. He is.
I
I
see
just
it.
don't know. I just don't. When you see, the problem is some of that footage looks, especially like the rockets landing and things like that. It looks like film footage. It doesn't look like if you watch. Let's say you watch a normal aircraft land. Yeah. It's not smooth. But when you see those rockets do the landing on the platforms, they're landing on sea platforms as well. It's so smooth when you watch
Wait
it.
a second. You just said when they land, it's not smooth?
No. When a plane, like an aircraft lands, you see the movement, you see them landing. But when the Musk spaceship stuff, it seems so smooth. Like this, the same problem I have with the Skinny Bob stuff. It looks there's something fluid about computer animation, no matter how good it is. There's something where I suppose it's your brain picking up on a subconscious level the fact that it's not traveling through matter. It's not, the forces that are against it aren't there.
And yeah.
Yeah, and there's something too fluid. Like fluid's a better word than smooth. About the rockets landing on the platform.
The reason it's like that because you've never seen it before until now.
Yeah, I'll take that as well. I will. I'm quite open to that too.
So a year from now, you're gonna be like, "Oh, it's old hat to me." Of course, it looks that way.
Maybe.
That's true. Yeah, we get acclimated to everything, and then it's old hat, and we're like, "Next."
Yeah, but there's something. Maybe it's because it reminds me of Thunderbirds.
There's something off about it to me too. I don't know how they can fly and land that thing without it even tipping a little bit every time. It's just too perfect. I don't know. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
COVID.
Unless it's got just great, just been manufactured to a fucking absolute pristine nipple, and that thing can just fly there. It could just do its thing,
Unless it's photoshopped, because it has to be. Sorry, just dropping that in there for the flat earthers.
You know something? I'm starting to get a little bit more daring. I think I would like to do a show and get like 3 flat earthers on one side and flee, and 3
globists.
Yeah, on the other side.
Just do twosies because I'd like to come on this.
No, I'll put you in the middle.
We can have 2 neutrals. 2 neutrals, 2 flat earthers, 2 globers.
Yeah, it sounds like some sort of.
I would say get alien scientist in on it, so he can.
Yeah, I'd love to get. I speak to him privately on Twitter every now and again, Rich, and I'm trying to arrange, just because of the time difference, is getting him on the show to do a show.
That's right.
He's fascinating, and he's had a lot. Do you know about? He nearly got taken out. His channel nearly went. Many years ago. I've been subscribed to him for many years, and he used to be a big 11.9 channel. He used to speak about 11.9 often, and the conspiracy. Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
Put it backwards. He used to speak. He used to speak about that, and his channel got demonetized, and he was nearly taken out to the point where I can remember he said, "Guys, I don't think the channel's going to be here for much longer." He also spoke about Bob Lazar, and in And when he was speaking about Bob Lazar, it was very risky what he was saying about Bob Lazar. I don't know if you saw about what he was saying about Bob Lazar and maybe what might have happened to his ex-wife.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, he has some very out there stuff, but
Yeah.
I do think the guy's he's a little genius, big genius.
He's very good. When he
But
was on my show, I was just very impressed. Sorry.
Yeah, but it was scary at one point because I thought how long ago was it? It was on your show.
About 3.
That was a good. I remember that. That was a good show. It was a good show.
Thanks.
But he's. I definitely think he's one of the good people in this. Do you know who we talk about, Lee? By the way.
Sorry, I was writing a message to somebody that messaged me on the chat. I didn't hear a word you said.
Alien Scientist. Have you seen him about on YouTube?
I've heard the name. I don't think I've ever seen his stuff. I might have seen his stuff without doing it, but I've heard the name.
He's now got a company. Is it Falcon Space? I believe it's Falcon Space, Rich.
I don't know.
I think it's Falcon Space, but he's trying to basically prove anti-gravity.
Right.
It can be done. But he's very open and honest about what he's doing, and he kind of does. He goes into the lab with the camera and shows everything that's going on.
This goes back, doesn't it? This goes back to what we were saying before about old school YouTube. When remember 15 years ago, say, when you used to come on YouTube, and there was so many people. There was so many people with the supercharged magnets and things like that, making things levitate, and people
crazy
doing
videos,
homemade experiments trying to do stuff. And
people trying to be the next Iron Man,
but all disappeared. Do you know what I mean? They're all gone. Strange. It's strange, that sort of thing to me.
We can't change that though. It's it's either that or we go to the smaller platforms. That's what.
No. I was only doing it I was only bringing that up to give whatever alien scientist is trying to do more credence.
Yeah, no, because what he's trying to do now would have absolutely exploded way back in the day, But I mean, even when you look at videos like anything now, stuff that TTSA haven't put a video out in ages, but even when they used to put videos out, they didn't get the views you'd expect them to get. But back in the day, especially when the UFO, you did a video about UFOs, that was a popular subject when YouTube was first.
Well, there was a hot minute again, wasn't it, when your channel exploded?
Mine?
Yeah. You had that big jump in viewers.
Oh, that was 1,000. I got 1,000 subscribers in one day, but that was when I called Secure Team 10 out. That was way back when. Yeah, that was like I was on 60 subscribers. The next day I was like 1,060. It was oh my! I didn't know what to do.
That's crazy.
But yeah, thank you. Mind blown. Rich, it is 12 p.m. here. We've gone 2 hours. I'm not going to stay on much longer and go around the Stanley Kubrick thing, even though I want to. But what have you got planned for tonight? What is the show about on GUFON Radio?
I haven't made it yet. I'm doing that now. Yeah, I got to get going, but it'll be on at 9. Well, what is it now? 2 hours from now. I don't know what I'm doing. Really don't. It's Friday, so, and then tomorrow we have the GUFON on Saturday in the UK at 3 p.m. Eastern, so.
Oh, I might be about for that. Oh, no, I'm at my mum's. I'll go tidy my mum's kitchen. I'll offer to do the washing up and I get a bit of GUFON on in the background.
Oh, that'll be a nice treat for you.
Are you going to do more of the phone-ins? Because I like the idea of that. I've seen you do it a few times, but I can see how frustrating and difficult it is when, especially in this day and age, because everything's robotic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you call in and it's like, welcome to Walmart. Press 1 if you want. And you got to go through all these prompts just to get to somebody. So, yeah, I am going to be doing more of those, but I think I'm going to record them and then bring them on the show.
Well, I think there was somebody in your chat that did mention, and I saw a few numbers get thrown up there. You're like, don't put the numbers in the
Oh,
chat.
yeah.
But maybe if you put your email in the chat and say, if you do want me to prank call one of your friends.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
You need GoofBot. You need GoofBot if you're going to record them separately.
GoofBot?
So you can have a like an animation like that'll talk the
Is this a real thing called GoofBot?
No,
or have you just made that up?
I've just made it up.
Oh.
And you can have so whoever's talking to you, you can have GoofBot speaking to them, so it's
The
not
little
just
mouth.
you on the phone. Yeah.
All right, something to think about.
But yeah,
But that's
I like the idea of that, Rich. And yeah, unfortunately, none of those callers were really.
One of them went through.
Yeah, no, but they weren't biting. They were, you know, you want that person that goes, oh God, yeah, I believe in aliens. I've been taken.
There was one day I made 10 calls and 9 out of 10 talked to me about more than just, one question. It's amazing. People want to talk about UFOs and aliens. They love it. As long as nobody can hear them talking about it, they'll talk to me about it. And then we all hear it. So nobody knows who they are. It's interesting. When we were in Santa Monica, nobody knew what a UAP was.
And why would they?
Really? Wow.
Because Lou Elizondo was on the news every friggin' day, man, talking about the threat and UAPs.
And New York Times was talking about it. Hillary Clinton said it on the Tonight Show, wasn't it? Didn't she say?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel, was it?
Yeah. Or Tonight Show. Either way, it's the same stuff. But yeah, she said that years ago, before it was even out to the public, that UAP. I'm like, what is she talking about? But I do want to thank all the Gufonians and alien addicts and musty audios here tonight. So thanks for hanging out. Nice to see super chats go Ollie's way. Works hard. You're bringing in a lot of good stuff lately, man. A lot of interviews. Aren't you going to be doing like every day next year?
I did say on my I said to my Patreons today, that's a hint, guys, yeah, support the channel, you motherfuckers. No, I did say that I wanted to do more than one show a week. I wanted to do one with maybe a panel like you guys, and boys, I really appreciate the fact that you two have really supported me. This channel would not be anything without both of you. Really,
I think it would be more if without us.
No. I disagree. I disagree completely. And you guys, we gel. I like the gel.
It's a good.
Sometimes we talk absolute cod shit. Sometimes we have no idea what we're talking about. But it's
it can
entertaining.
Be used to things. It can be used as a lubricant. Gel is universal.
Exactly. That's my point. Exactly.
Well said.
Yeah. So I want to thank you both for making the channel what it is today. But what I want
well done, Rich. We did well.
We did awesome. Yeah, good for us.
And also all the subscribers in the chat. I'm not going, guys, but YouTube may delete me.
Right. Me too. Right.
I think because we're all getting a little bit pissed, we're starting to get a little bit more daring. See how much we can poke Dad, Dad.
Not me. I'm not looking to poke anybody.
You're playing by the rules, Rich.
You have to. As soon as you get to 10,000 subs, they take you out. I think that's what happens. You get too big.
Oh, see.
Nah. I don't know. All right, I'm going to get going, but you guys still going to talk?
We've said too much.
I know.
We haven't said enough.
Fucking hell.
Thanks, Ollie.
Thank you, Rich.
Thanks to everybody.
Thank you, Rich.
I'm doing something wrong. Rich is too scared to say anything bad about YouTube. You're getting bags from Google. I've got nothing. Where's my sellout? I've already said I'll sell my mother Just
What do you mean? Are you saying we sold out?
no, well, not really. I'm trying
What
to
am I
think.
not?
He's saying he'll sell his mother.
Yeah, well, I did. Ma! YouTube meatballs now! Hurry! All right, I'll see you guys later.
Good night, Rich.
Thanks,
Ciao.
Ollie. Thanks, Lee.
See
Bye,
you later,
guys.
mate.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Mind Blown. Again, the British mod used a team. What's that? The British.
The British Ministry of Defence.
Oh yes, thanks for.
Used the term UAP in the 80s. Apparently, wow.
I did not know that. Literally, UAP is something that I have only heard probably over the last 5 years.
Mind blown has blown my mind.
I got my mind on my money and my money on our mind.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
No, you'll lose people on that. Guys in the chat, thank you so much tonight for being supportive, putting the thumbs up, the super chatters, just people just being ladies and gentlemen in the chat. And
It's been good chat tonight.
Yeah. And Lee, at the end of the day, I'm well aware that sometimes we just come on here and we talk nonsense.
I think it was a good show tonight. I enjoyed this.
No, but we do, don't we? That's what we do. We come on here. We don't know anything. We just literally just speak our minds. We try to speak our minds, and I always say, let's just play carefully. I think tonight I've tested Mum and Dad a little bit. Mum and Dad beginning with a massive "y" and ending with "tube."
Dear leader.
Yeah. But I think I've trod carefully. You know, I've kept it PG-ish.
I think you're about 10 foot
away from a smack.
10 foot away from the boundaries. I reckon you can go another safe 5 foot.
Yeah. As long as I don't show anything.
Yeah. It's like those people, those people that don't walk into Area 51, but they go just past the sign to get the photograph. That's where you need to be. It's just 2 foot past the sign.
I think one day that's where me and you need to be, Lee.
2 foot past that. I absolutely agree.
Absolutely agree. Together, with like a little. What is it the Americans drink? They drink the massive bottles of beer.
Americans don't drink enough
beer.
Yeah. It's my experience of being in America.
We'll find out because we'll do a road trip to America and we'll see how much beer we can drink with Americans.
Wouldn't it be so good to do some sort of thing like one of the conventions and go and meet up with like the girls, meet up with GUFON and DarkHour. Yeah, I would be so down for that. It would be the best holiday.
It would be the best, mate. That's bringing a little bit of a tickle to my eyeball. I'd like to shake hands with Stephen Greer as well, because I'd like to see my hand inside his huge.
He's a smaller man now. I think he's
shrinking with age.
Shrinking with age, or he's made a decision on supplements.
So he's made a decision to shrink.
Yeah, I think there is less Mexican supplements in that man.
Right. Okay. I don't know anything about that, but each to their own. If Stephen wants to shrink, then he can shrink right now. Anyway, on that note, good night. God bless, folks. Mind the bugs don't bite. Oh, I need to let you know because my wife just keeps saying to me,
"This is I've never been here for the end. Usually you drop me out."
No, I can't be asked.
Oh, it's great.
It's gone past that.
This is the best ever.
I'm gonna show my new T-shirt. There you go. My little. I would say a Bob Lazar T-shirt, but it's not Bob Lazar.
I fucking love that alien one with the dots on it.
That's the atomic structure of element 115.
No way, is it? I'm right. Maybe not with your logo. Sorry about that. But if I knew the atomic structure of element 115 looked like that, that is absolutely getting tattooed on my person.
No, I want my logo on your elbow.
No, the elbows hurt loads, and they wear
Yeah,
off.
my
Really.
mate's got a star on his elbow.
Oh yeah,
What's all
why
that
is it
about?
always fucking stars on elbows?
I don't know, mate. It's I think it's something. It's a simple thing to do on an elbow. Is
I'm
a
due.
star.
I'm due a day with Susie.
Oh,
Scribble and me.
hold your cubic up.
Oh, my Kubrick. My Kubrick. Yeah,
There you go,
that on
people.
my arm.
He's got his pubic. I like the astronaut though. That's my favourite, Lee.
The astronaut is. Oh,
I like the concept behind it. And I like what's in the visor.
it's different. It's difficult to get it. There. She's upside down.
It's meaningful.
The thing in his heart, the thing in his helmet you can't see is like a heartbeat, and it's my son's heartbeat. That's what it is.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
On that note, Lee, I will speak to you in just a moment. But good night. God bless, folks.
I'm not staying for the end, am I? You're gonna get rid of me.
No, I'm not going to get rid of you. You can stay. I'm just going to end it.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
going to like literally just disappear. That's what we're going to do. I think these beers are stronger than normal. I don't normally drink this stuff.
I've had 6 cans of Guinness, so there we are.
There you go. Well, if YouTube says I've been in trouble, I'll email them and say, well, I'm not drinking the normal beverage that I drink tonight, YouTube. So I promise I'll never do it again. I'm going to go back to my normal beverage next week. It will be back to just being, prim and proper. Good night, God bless, folks. Mind the bugs don't bite. I'm Alien Addict. This is Musty Audio. And go check out Lee's podcast because
Musty Audio.
Musty Audio, and especially one of my favorites, Lee, is better than therapy.
This is better than therapy.
This is better, and it bloody well is. It's hilarious, but very, very fitting in the world that we live in today. Good night, God bless.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. How do we end this? There you go.